Welcome to the Emily Otto Show, business and lifestyle mentorship for rebel healers, priestesses, witches, and wild women. This podcast will give you the tools and inspiration to help you build and scale your online and in-person healing business so you can help more people and make more money. My goal is for you to thoroughly enjoy your life and business with plenty of time for pleasure and play. I am over the moon delighted that you're here. Let's start today's episode. Hi, hello. Welcome. You are in my free Facebook group, The Rebel, or you're listening to this as a podcast episode next week. So hello, my name is Emily Otto. I am a business and lifestyle mentor for wild women, witches, priestesses, and rebel healers. Hi, you're in my Facebook group or you're in the podcast, and I miss doing lives with an audience. It's a lot of fun. So I wanted to do a live podcast episode today. And that means if you're here and you're watching live, you can ask me questions and I can answer them for you, or tell you that I don't know. So if you're joining live, say hi, tell me that you're here, tell me where you're tuning in from, and ask me anything. I thank you all so much for your commiseration and appreciation of the vulnerable story I shared about my crazy day yesterday. And if you're listening to the podcast, come get that story only in my free Facebook group. And I wanted to talk about a post I made yesterday that I didn't realize how many shares it was going to get. I've had this mindset for a while, and I've shared it with my clients. But when I said it yesterday morning, I wrote it down and thought, I need to share that with the world. So I did. And the post is out there. It's in hot pink, and it says, "Fuck it, I'll be the first." And I shared that phrase because when I was starting this business, there were so many reasons that I made up for why it was never going to work. And some of them are real reasons, right? I'm a mom of two tiny humans. At the time, I only had one, but still a mom with a little guy, and at home at the beginning of a pandemic, the deck felt stacked against me in so many ways of like, okay, I can make money doing something. I believe that. But who was I to want to be wildly successful? And I kept looking for proof for other people like me. Have you done that too? Have you looked for proof? Have you looked for other women like you? Chances are you haven't found that many. Because what I found is everybody has their own unique set of circumstances and situations that makes it hard for them to succeed. Everybody. And some are not equal, right? Like there are situations and life experiences that are absolutely not equal or equitable to each other. But we all have things that are the reasons we can't make good money or do the work that we want to do. And what I found time and time again is that instead of buying into that and saying, well, that's the reason I gotta settle. Well, I guess that's the reason I just have to be content with my first 6 figures. And, this is awesome. This is awesome. And it is what it is. And I shouldn't want more. How many women have said that? Like, it's good enough. I shouldn't want more. Yeah. Because we're taught to settle, and we're taught that this is enough. And this is what we get, and we'll make do. And guess what? We're really good at making gold out of straw. We're really good at making do. We'll figure it out. We'll make do. We've done it before. We'll do it again. We can make it better. But what if we could have more? What if we could receive more? What if we could have it all? I'm seeing that there's a comment and Facebook isn't showing it. So I'm logging into my Facebook phone. So yeah, say hi if you're here. I will say hi back if I can see it. But we're taught that what we have is enough, and how dare we ask for more? But what if we dared? What if we dared ask for more, and then not only dared, but then achieved it, either slowly or quickly, in one big leap or in steps over time. I went from having no money in my business to charging $25 for phone calls to help people quit their day job and figure out what they wanted to do as a business. And then slowly I started charging a couple $100s a month to work with me and $1,000 a month. And now it's a couple thousand a month to work with me privately one-on-one, or to jump in the Rebel or the Amplify masterminds. And my business didn't turn out the way I thought it would in this moment. It's better than that. It's better than what I could have conceived or planned or diligently worked hard toward. All because I said, fuck it, fine, I'll be the first. Fine, I'll make my own proof. I'll borrow other people's proof as my faith that if they can do that, then I can do this. And even though their business looks nothing like mine, and their circumstances are nothing like mine, I can use the fact that they did it through hard things too to mean that I can as well. And so during the pandemic, I thought my business was going to have to fold. I'm sure a lot of you might have thought that thought as well. And instead, I went to phone calls instead of video calls, and I let my kiddo, Cedar, play in the mud and with the chickens while I took phone calls with clients. And I worked less, and I let it take more time to build. And I went from $0 in my business to $35,000 to $135,000 to $205,000. And this year, it'll probably be between $250,000 and $500,000 through my business. And I'm really proud of that. Proud of that because it means I've gotten to support so many incredible women at such a deep level, to have the access to wealth and money and time freedom that they want for their lives. Because that's what I believe having our own businesses does. It allows us to choose our schedule, to choose our work, to choose our boundaries, and to change our motherfucking minds whenever we want to, with alignment, with power, with confidence. Not that we're flaky. It's not that we're flaky. It's that we're women. And we get to change our minds, and we get to trust ourselves in that. So, fuck it. I'll be the first. Fuck it. You'll be the first woman like you to have a wildly successful business like yours. You might be the first, you might be the only, and you get to be. So, yeah, I've been pleasantly surprised with how well received that post has been on Instagram. So thank you so much for enjoying it and following me over there. And Facebook is still being a jerk and not showing me your comments. So I apologize for that, but I will definitely respond to them after the broadcast. Let me see if I can go find it on my phone. And if I can't, then I'll respond to the comments. Hi, Valerie. I can see you. Hey, Saris. Yay. Yay for multitasking. Yeah, I hear you. So we're coming up on the end of June, and this has been my first ever $40,000 cash month. And I'm still working on saying that out loud and believing it. Like my Stripe account and my bank account believe it. But I'm working on believing that that just happened. I literally was writing in my journal, projecting that earlier this month of, okay, I want this to be my first $33,000 cash month. Like, let's fucking go. I'm gonna work toward it. I plotted it out, y'all. I put sticky notes on my wall of how many people in each program and what I would sell in order to get that to happen. And none of it happened that way. None of it. And that's fine, right? Like, who cares? Who cares which program, which people came into at which time? That's irrelevant. But what is relevant is holding the faith, trusting yourself, trusting the universe, trusting money, and then taking the action as if it's all possible and is coming to you. And that's where the cosmic cash and confidence come in, which is, I just finished teaching that 3-day program today. If you want the replay and a whole bunch of other incredible life-changing programs, join my Rich Witch Collective for just $97 a month. Cancel anytime. I do live training once a month in that program and my full moon Rebel ecstatic dance party and ritual. It's been a wild ride these last few months, and I've really come into my own power and into my own power in my business on a whole other level. And part of that is from investing in my business and in myself at a whole other level. Part of it is having really strong and clear boundaries in my personal and professional life, mostly personal. I also came through two major friend breakups, women I was messaging every day, and that really hurt and sucked. And I'm on the other side of it, and it still sucks, but it's all right. It's all right because shit happens and we figure it out. I venture to guess lots of shit has happened in your life and you've figured it out because we need to, we have to, and we do. So tonight I'm actually teaching at a Moms in Business International networking event here in Ann Arbor. And my awesome friend and colleague Alexis invited me to be a partner in leading this networking group. And I really believe in networking, especially with women. We aren't each other's competition. We're each other's collaborators, cheerleaders, and most fervent supporters. Like, fuck competition. That's so boring. So boring and so outdated when we all do such beautiful, unique things and get to refer people to each other. So I'm excited. I'm going to teach at that networking event on how to activate your why and infuse it into your programs and make more money and help more women. And it's actually being held at a crystal shop, which I'm really stoked about. And I just took a break and drove across town to pet my yaks. We have baby yaks. They're growing up. The eldest, his name is Appa, and he's adorable. And I love scritching his face and feeding him leaves. And just if you've been around big mammals like horses or cows, there's just this grounded sense of calm and this like everything will be okay sort of energy that I love in interacting with the yaks. I didn't know how much I was going to like having yaks. But having the yaks has also allowed me to deepen more into community and into this community farm experiment where we're breeding chickens and I'm selling chicks to a woman in West Virginia whose daughter drove to come get them and all sorts of other fun shenanigans. This summer has been incredible and we're just about halfway through the year. So this is the perfect time to assess and say, okay, am I doing what I want to be doing? I don't care if you achieved anything in particular or not. What I care about is, does your heart feel happy? Are you excited about the work you're doing and how you're doing it? And if the answer is yes, then like, fuck yeah, keep doing it. If the answer is, I could feel more inspired or more on fire, Emily, and I want to, then get wildly supported. I have three incredible ways to work with me right now. 4. 1, join the Rich Witch Collective. It's such a cool program and it's just $97 a month. 2, join my high-level in-person and online hybrid mastermind, Amplify. I think I'm taking 2 more women in that program before I soft close it. 3, join the Rebel Mastermind, my flagship mastermind program to help women make their first 6 figures. Or 4, invest in a lot of fun for the winter and take the last residential spot in my Wealthy Witch Retreat happening November 10th through the 12th in Sedona, Arizona. I have 1 more spot residentially. Food is included. The accommodations are included. It's way less money than you think it might be. And I'll drop the links for all of this after. And then I still have half off tickets available through the end of the month for my women's leadership and empowerment event happening here in Ann Arbor, Michigan at the University of Michigan in a ballroom on Saturday, September 30th. So tickets right now are $55. They will be $111 later. And I don't even have a name for that program yet. I don't know. I just know that I wanted to get 100 women from all over the world together in a room and get together and teach and train and network and have actual embodied experiences so that when you leave, you feel thoroughly resourced and supported, and like you have an incredible network of real Rebelle women behind you, cheering you on every step of the way. So that's happening on Saturday, September 30th. I'm really excited about this business, and I'm excited about supporting you, whether in this free group, in my podcast, The Emily Otto Show, in the Rich Witch Collective, in my highest level mastermind, in the Rebelle Mastermind. Any way you want to be supported, you get to be. Because now is the time. You get to be the first. You get to be the first person who's ever built a business like yours. And you get to be the first one teaching and talking in the way that you're teaching and talking. You're a rebel healer. You're a rebel leader. But the rebellion, the Star Wars rebellion, was all different pods of beautiful humans working together towards a common goal. And I really believe that our common goal is liberation. It's freedom. And a lot of that freedom comes from being financially successful and having time freedom to work in the way that we want to and to rest. Deep, nourishing rest and self-care. Self-care being the way you work your schedule, how many clients you have, the kind of work you do with people in person and online, like deep, rippling self-care that impacts you, your family, your partners, your community. Yeah, I want every woman who wants it to have as much freedom and money as possible so that you can do whatever the fuck you want, whenever the fuck you want to do it. That's my secret mission. And now it's not a secret. Thank you so much for being here and joining me for this live podcast. Thank you for bearing with the technical difficulties. This is your encouragement, if you're in my free Facebook group, to go live today and just talk about your why. Why do you do the work that you do? Why does it matter? Share it with the world. Have a beautiful day. That's it for today. Share this episode with other Rebelle healers so they too can make more money, help more people, and fall wildly in love with their life. Join my free Facebook group at The Rebelle, leave us a review, and subscribe for next week's episode. XOXO.